And now we'll prepare a risotto for you. This time I'm using arborio rice, you already saw it in the previous preview. Why do we use short grain rice, and what's the difference between short grain and long grain rice? And which types of rice are used? Here, arborio is the most commonly available, so we'll start preparing the risotto now. As the main ingredient we'll add a mix of wild mushrooms. We've turned on the heat so the pan can warm up. Finely chop the red onion. Add oil to the heated pan, this time I chose olive oil. Sauté the red onion lightly and then immediately add the washed rice. You see, it's semi-round grain rice. Now we toast the rice, meaning we want the rice to heat through. We do this so the grains won't fall apart later. And also so the pores in each grain start to gently open. So now, when we deglaze with white wine, each grain will absorb the wine's aroma. And so the risotto will be tastier in the end, of course. The rice has warmed up, it takes about half a minute to a minute for it to heat through. And now we add dry white wine. Stir it right away, this pulls up all the flavors from the bottom of the pan. We're deglazing. The alcohol evaporates, while the rice soaks up the wine's aroma. The wine will add a bit of acidity to the risotto, improving its balance and making it much more flavorful. And now we add coarsely chopped mushrooms. These are frozen mushrooms, a mushroom mix, so I also added the water that drained from the mushrooms. A little salt, a little pepper. And now we deglaze with warm vegetable stock. So we always add the stock little by little. The stock is hot, not necessarily boiling, but it should be hot, and we add it gradually. As you saw in the preview earlier, we do this so the rice releases its starch gradually. So the risotto's texture becomes creamy. If we poured a lot of broth or stock now, or just plain liquid, water, in the end, then we'd be boiling the rice and wouldn't get that creamy structure. The starch wouldn't come out gradually the way it is now. Because we add the liquid gradually and stir frequently. That's why it's necessary. The texture of the risotto should be such that the outer part of the grain is soft. And the center of the rice should be al dente, slightly firm. As the Italians say, al dente, to the tooth. And you see when it has come to a boil again. We add another small ladleful and, of course, stir again. As I have said many times, stir to scrape everything from the bottom of the pot. That's what stirring is for, that's its purpose, to separate everything from the bottom so it won't burn. The risotto is ready. Now we'll remove it from the heat. And we'll add cold butter and parmesan. About 1 tablespoon of cold butter. Freshly grated parmesan. I always use freshly grated parmesan. Because that's when its flavor and aroma stand out the most. This is enough. And now we will stir vigorously. This process is called manicatura. This is a bit tiring and difficult. If you don't have the strength, then you can stir everything a little more like this. And once more. The risotto is ready to serve. See what the consistency is like. So that it's slightly creamy. Perfect. That's why we did the manicatura. So all the flavors blend and it gets a shine. And now we just gently pat it down, so it spreads nicely on the plate. We do a little garnish. I decided on a bit of arugula, cherry tomatoes, just for color contrast. You've seen the risotto preparation. So, by fully following all these instructions that I wrote and just demonstrated to you, you'll get a top-notch risotto like the Italians make. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. You can make risotto with any ingredient you want. This time I chose a mix of wild mushrooms. You can use plant-based ingredients, animal-derived ingredients, so you can make the risotto however you like. Enjoy!